Hello, 4A math students. So I want to clarify something that Shaylee brought up to our attention during our Nearpod, and I think that she was correct. I'm looking at it, and the more I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake here. And that is because I am doing what most of you are probably doing, which is to go with the words only and not make sense of this sentence in the real world. So what I mean is, if I was to set up this equation, would it make sense that 20 is the total? Yeah, it says that there's 20 classes altogether. So just because of that, now it seems like 20 is the total. But if I continue reading, I know that if every class has two doors would be my rate, because the word every stands for one. So for one class, two doors. So this is the rate. And we got that right in our Zoom meeting. So our rate would be 2, and then we're going to multiply that by the number of items to get our total, which would be isolated over here. How many classroom doors are there? Well, when we read that, we could either identify that as our total or a number of items. How many classroom doors are there? Well, we know that it's a multiplication problem and there's two doors for one classroom. Do we know how many classrooms there are? Yes, 20 classes. So then if there's 20 classes, I would have to multiply that by the two doors that each class has to get how many total classroom doors there are. So that was the mistake that we made. We thought that the total was the 20 classrooms altogether, but it was just saying that altogether in that building there's 20 classes, but that's not the total in this problem. The total in this problem is the total amount of doors after you do the math, which in this case we don't really know, and we're not solving. So it would be x because it says how many. So our total would be an unknown value, which is a variable. And we know that to get that unknown value, we would have to multiply the two doors times how many classrooms there are to get the total. And there's 20 classes. We know that from our sentence above here. This is a hashtag, which stands for number. And let's say 2 times 20 would be 40. And we usually know that our bigger number is usually our total. So that makes more sense if we were to solve this, which is what Shaylee was trying to point out to us. And I apologize for that confusion. Okay, you are all super awesome. Hopefully this helps clarify any doubts. Good luck with your homework today in Edulastic. Adios.